Hi, kindergarten friends. How are you? We are ready to start math lesson 7.3 today. Last week, you finished up with the numbers 11 and 12. Not only did you see what they look like, but you also worked on the words 11 and 12, not the numbers, and then also how many counters and breaking it apart, or decomposing is the word we like to use for that. Decomposing and breaking it down into how many tens and how many ones, or how many ones in that 10, and then how many ones individually. So it gets a little confusing, but we worked on decomposing. This week, we're going to continue to work on decomposing numbers, but we're going to work on some more of the teen numbers. Before we get started in our lesson today, I want to double check with you and see what you know as far as some numbers, okay? 2-digit numbers. Let's see. Do you know what this number is? 11. Very good. How about this number? Did you say 13? If you did, that's right. It's not 3-teen, it's 13, a 1 and a 3. How about this number? Yeah, you knew that one already, didn't you? That's the number 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0. Do you notice that there's something in common with all of these? What are they all starting with? They're all starting with a 1. When we get into the 20s and the 30s, you'll see another pattern that develops. What number is this? It might be new to you. It is the number 14, a 1 and a 4. We do say 4 this time. And what is this number? Did you remember it from last week? I hope so. It's the number 12, not 2-teen, which some friends like to say. It's a different one. It's 12. So it's a 1 and a 2. Good job. Knowing those numbers will help you with today's lesson. We are going to continue with decomposing, and we're going to work on the numbers 13 and 14. So let's get a closer up look and let's get started. Today, you'll need your math workbook, and it'll need to be on page 373 for lesson 7.3. If you'd like to use counters, you can. We've found that sometimes drawing them makes it a little bit easier, and you are welcome to use crayons or a pencil to do your drawing today. All right, here we go. So today, let's start with number 13. So we'll go ahead and fill in that 10 frame because we know that 13 is greater than 10. So we'll always start with that base 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. We need to get up to 13. So we would add 1 more for 11, 2 more for 12, and 3 for 13. So now we can count 10, 11, 12, 13. That's a quicker way of doing it. At the end, or actually down here on the bottom, let's go ahead and write 13. Do you remember what it is? It's a 1 and a 3. I'm going to use a different color, and you guys can still use your pencil. If you have a pencil, you could just color in. If we added 1 more here, how many would I have now? 10. What comes after 10? 11, 12, 13, 14. Do you remember what 14 looks like? I just showed you that flashcard. It's a 1 and a 4. 14. Can you write that number also? Great job. Go ahead and let's turn to the next page, page 374. We're going to spend all of our time on this page working on this number here. What is that number? 13. Look at the word 13. TH. That makes us, remember when we have TH, that makes us stick out our tongue. So it's 13. THIRTEEN. We're in the teens. 13. And here's the number 13. A 1 and a 3. Now, If you look at those lemons, they drew them in a way where we can make that 10 frame like we were doing last week. So let's draw that rectangle around the set of 10 and turn it into our own 10 frame. Draw the line down the middle to turn it into 2 French fries. And then we do our other lines up and down to make it turn into our own 10 frame. And now when we look at this, we can say there are 10, 11, 12, 13. It makes it a lot quicker for us when we're counting. Here, we're going to represent 13 by putting in 13 counters. You can use colors, different color. I might try a different color today. I'm going to use blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and one more makes 13. So if we needed to turn this or break this apart to break it apart, we have how many ones up here in this 10 frame? We have 10 of them. And then how many ones do we have outside of the 10 frame? There are 3 by themselves. So this says 10 ones and 3 ones. Excellent work today. Go ahead and look over onto your next page. I'll turn mine, and now we have that number 1, 4. What's that called? Not 1, 4. We call it 14. 14 is a 1 and a 4. 14, F-O-U-R-T-E-E-N, 14. And our numbers 1, go ahead and trace them, and 4. These are green apples. So let's turn that set up at the top. It looks like it's a 10 frame. Let's figure it out here. We'll draw our rectangle. We'll draw our line down the middle to turn it into 2 French fries. And we'll divide each of those individual blocks by drawing up and down lines. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 5 frames put together makes 10. We have 10, so let's count them. We have 10, plus one more is 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'm going to use green like my apples and draw 14 counters. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if we drew 14 counters, how many individual counters, or how many ones, we call them individually, are in that frame? There are 10. So we trace our 10, and how many ones are outside of the 10 frame? 4. So this says 10 ones and 4 ones. Are you ready? Let's finish up on the very last page. Go ahead and turn to page 376. I didn't get rid of that, sorry. We're going to make a bracelet, just like we've been doing. And in our bracelet, we want there to be 13 beads, okay? We're going to start at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want you to go ahead and circle those 13 beads. And now we're going to compare. Are there more blue beads or more yellow beads in our bracelet? Which one has more? There are more blues than there are yellows, so we're going to circle the blue. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blues and only 5 yellows, so that would be more. And if we're going to decompose this or break it out, 13 is equal to, remember, sometimes we have the answer at the beginning. 13 is equal to how many ones and how many ones? Do you remember? We do our 10. Let's go ahead and draw it out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can draw that. We know there are how many in that frame? There are 10. So there are 10 ones or counters plus how many outside of the 10 frame? 3. There are 3 outside. Excellent. Good job, boys and girls. So 13 is equal to 10 plus 3, and I want you to remember, you also can write it with the answer at the end. 10 plus 3 equals 13. Or 13, we're just going to take it and flip it this way, equals 10 plus 3. So you can write it either way, and it still means the same thing. So when you see those on your tests, really pay attention to what the numbers are and what's being added as opposed to the answer, because sometimes they like to trick us or try to trick us, but we're pretty smart. So I think you'll be able to handle that. Have fun with math, and I'll see you tomorrow.